Well, look who it is. So, sometimes in life, if you want to get something done, you gotta just jump in. You gotta just jump right in and get it done, right? I've been extremely busy. I mean, I get up early in the morning, go to the gym, go to the office, a lot of tasks being juggled, multitasking, a lot of projects I'm working on. My lunchtime, a lot of times is spent on my business objectives. Right now, I'm looking into investing in real estate, looking for rental properties that I can basically buy and rent out with the sort of goal, long-term goal is owning the property outright so I can actually just have it be 100% income. Now, obviously, there's still going to be taxes that need to be paid, but one of the goals that I have right now is I want to have a property with no mortgage that is bringing in additional revenue, right? So things like that are what I do in my lunch break, and also because my day is so busy, so that's why I do that. And then, rush home from work to do more work. Sometimes I have late meetings. Sometimes I need to catch up on some projects working at home, so I might be up till 12 in the morning, 1 in the morning, still working. And then, bedtime, of course. And then that alarm goes off again, and, the cycle starts again. So, this is one of the reasons why I've been pushing to get this Python stuff going, and it hasn't been happening. But I've determined that what I need to do is to just do it, stop talking about it, stop planning on it, stop thinking about it, stop dreaming about it, and actually get it done. So what I'm going to do, obviously, there's only 24 hours in every day, and most of that you spend sleeping. But, not for me, but I think, I know I'm going to have to move some things around, but when I do that, make those adjustments, what I want to do is I'm going to, whether it's on my lunch break or after work or whenever it is, I'm going to set aside time to do Python. So basically, again, instead of just talking about it, I'm going to just do it. So what my plan is right now is I want to do something every day. I want to do a project every day. So do something that is simple enough and basic enough that it can get done in one day. So for example, the other day I did a project where I called it Mostly. So the Mostly project was basically building a mechanism that was able to identify what. So you have a list of items, right? And you have different amounts of each item, right? Which item do you have most of, right? So that was the basic thing. Very simple concept. So all I needed to do was an input mechanism where I can input the items, right? And then I needed some sort of a data storage, so I chose to go with a flat file instead of going with typical database. And then from there, all I'm doing is I'm inputting strings, right? And putting them in this flat file. Then the second part was that I am basically extracting all the unique item names from the list. And this might, let's start this project off. I already did it, I already completed this. That was my daily. Right, we're gonna do a daily every day, right? And so you guys can do it as well. I would be interested to see what you guys come up with, what strategy you come up with. But basically what I did is I extracted from that flat file all the unique item names, and then I used those unique item names to feed a basically a query that's pulling from my flat file. So let's say I have car and I have truck, right, in the flat file, right? So I'm gonna say how many cars, okay? How many trucks, okay? And then the final piece is just basically to look at the count of each item and sort by, which one's the max, right? So get that top value and grab that item name for that top value, and then pretty much, so you have most of cars, you have most of trucks, and I put it all in a loop, so it's just going on and on and on, and basically you have these items being added to the flat file, and then you have this math being conducted in terms of basically an inventory that's being done over and over again. Check the inventory, which item has the highest value in terms of amount. Okay, display that item name, and over again. So that's what I did. So I'll come up with different things. So first assignment, you guys do that. Do it whatever language works for you. I'd be curious to know what strategies you use. It doesn't really matter language, because what's interesting for all of us to learn and to look at is your logic, right? Logic is logic regardless of what language you use to display or demonstrate that logic. So that's what we want to look at, you know. So put it together and be able to explain the logic of what you chose to do. And we can all review notes, and you know, maybe ideally we can look at everyone's strategy and sort of decide on who chose the best method, right? And so every exercise is a learning experience, and it's keeping you in practice. This is something that's like a daily practice type of thing to keep you sharp, keep your mind active, get you out of the rut of whatever projects you might be working on right now. You know, give you a little bit of diversity, give you a little bit of community. So that, again, the rut of you by yourself working on your own projects, now you can work collaboratively with others, and you can learn and grow together. So that's it. That's what it's going to be. No more talk. It's action. So once I'm done with this video, I'm going to pick what today's daily is going to be, and I will post a video and let you know. And then again, you guys, your assignment is to do the project that I did yesterday. Now, these assignments are going to be done on my fan channel, not on this channel. So if you would like to take part in the exercises, then please reach out to me and let me know, and I can add you to the fan channel. But this will be for, you have to already be a subscriber. So for now, as I sort of get back into things, I want to sort of keep it sort of a tight community of people that have kind of been around with the channel as it grows. So the newer guys, don't worry, I'm not neglecting you. There'll be definitely some more projects and community exercises in the future. But for right now, it's really going to be the subscribers that have been around, like Mega Noob, Nick, and a lot of you guys. All right, so that's what it is. So stay tuned for what today's daily is going to be. Go ahead and get started on today's daily. Well, yesterday's daily, which is again the Mostly project. Basically, create something that can input different item types and store them somewhere, and then inventory each item to determine which item you have the most of. Now here's one problem that I didn't address, and this is how you have to think creatively, right? When you're dealing with building things like this, is you have to sort of extrapolate a lot of different scenarios that may occur. Don't get caught up into just like what I illustrated to you. Don't just get caught up in, okay, I'm going to build something that does that. You have to think outside of the box. So one thing that just came to mind is, what happens if you have two items that have the same value? Right? That's a question that you should consider and perhaps have an answer to, because that's definitely something that could possibly happen. So you should at least be aware of it and have a strategy perhaps to address it if you need to. Maybe you don't. Does it matter? But just two items that have the same amount. I'm leaning towards yes, but I would need some more time to think about the logic of that. And basically, what I would be doing is thinking about what are the repercussions of, let's say I have cars, trucks, motorcycles. We have the same amount of cars as trucks. I guess I got to lead back to what's the purpose of knowing what do you have the most of. So I think that's going to be an important factor. I need to understand why we need to have the most of, and this is a good thing. When you're doing a program, you need to understand why you're doing what you're doing. Don't just do it. Oh, build a program today. Why are we doing this? You have to understand what's behind it, right? So I'd want to understand why we want to know what the most of is, and based on that, I will determine whether it's okay for me to just randomly pick truck or car. So, anyway, food for thought. And I'm back from Europe. Vacation is over. Definitely enjoyed having my 30 days. I worked for a long time to be able to have that much vacation. I remember it was probably 1 week, then 2 weeks, then 3 weeks, and now 4 weeks. So, yeah. Video it is coming, so stay tuned for that of my vacation. Anyway, guys, that's all I gotta say, and happy coding.